Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility. That's right, it's Wednesday. New album review day here on the channel. For this particular episode, we're going to take a look at the brand new album from The Cult. It is their 11th studio album. It's called Under the Midnight Sun. Can I tell you how much I don't like albums that come out without any dog hair on the bottom of it? without any logo, without any much of anything, right? No track listing, nothing. It's like bare bones. You got to look at the spine to note that this is the new Cult album, right? Okay, whatever. So let's take a look here. UTMS, Under the Midnight Sun. All right, not a lot of anything on here, right? You may be asking, Pete, where's the CD? Well, the CD is rather annoyingly slot in here in this, and you can only get it one way. This is closed, so to pull it out, you kind of have to get your fingers all over the disc. Kind of annoying. I get it that a lot of bands and labels are going with these eco-friendly packages and whatnot, but I don't know. Anyway, the band is Ian Astbury, vocals and percussion, Billy Duffy, electric and acoustic guitars, Charlie Jones, electric and upright bass, Ian Matthews, drums and percussion, Damon Fox, yes, Damon Fox from Big Elf, on grand piano and Fender Rhodes, and Tom Dalgety on additional guitars and keyboards. Recorded at Rockfield Studios, Psalm Studios, Wax Studios, Clear Lake Audio, and Anti-Machine Studio. Produced and mixed by Tom Dalgety. Okay, so not only does he add some instrumentation here, but he's also produced the album. Another one of those very notable releases from a very notable artist that's barely over a half hour long. This is short. I don't even think this is 35 minutes, or just about 35 minutes. So it's another one that's just kind of like, here you go. Here's a bunch of new songs. Barely over EP length. But, hey, we complain about the CDs that are too long, and we complain about the ones that are a little too short. So, for me, I've said this many times, for me, a perfect length album disc is 40 to 45, 50 minutes tops. That's my kind of sweet spot. Much more than that, and it's a little too much. Less than that, I'm kind of like, what else you got for me, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tracks. Okay, so not a long album. Most of the songs are fairly short. What I found is that this is a very moody, atmospheric, kind of less upbeat and rockin' album than some of their prior albums, right? So they had Hidden City in 2016, so that was the last one that we heard from them, and that was 6 years ago already. You had Choice of Weapon before that, Born Into This, and Beyond Good and Evil from 2001. So that's all the stuff that they released post the year 2000. As if you're a fan of The Cult, you're familiar with their music, a good chunk of those albums I just mentioned, pretty upbeat, kind of heavy and rocking, right? This, to me, takes a step back and goes to the more layered and textured sounds, kind of the gothic, hard rock, atmospheric rock type of feel from like Dreamtime and Love a little bit. Mixed with a little bit of, Hidden City had those moments as well. There's nothing overly big and bombastic and hard rocking on here. If you're a fan of like Electric and Sonic Temple, that type of stuff, you're not going to get anything like that on here. If you like the real heavy riff driven Beyond Good and Evil, you're not going to get anything like that on here. But if you like all the kind of lush acoustic and electric guitars, lots of kind of ringing chords and laid back vocals and just this kind of like mysterious Cult sound, that's this album, right? So, right off the bat, you get, the song titles. We got Mirrors, the first track. I believe that's the song they released as a single. That's kind of moody and atmospheric. I kind of dig it, though. It's got this mysterious, kind of dreamy vibe to it that kind of works. Billy Duffy's kind of like swirling guitar chords and things on this album. Really well done. He's such a great guitar player. Ian sounds great on the vocals. You have A Cut Inside, Vendetta, Give Me Mercy. Give Me Mercy's got a nice chorus. I kind of dig that song. Kind of memorable. That's probably out of all the songs on here. Give Me Mercy, I think, is maybe that was the first song that was released. I can't remember. I tend to not really listen to a lot of these pre-release songs. I want to hear the album when it comes out. So I don't remember if it was Mirror or Give Me Mercy. One of the two of them. They're both memorable rockers, though. Good stuff. Then you got Outer Heaven. Nice song, kind of mellow. Knife Through Butterfly Heart is probably my favorite song on the album. That it's like a slow build song. I think it's the longest track on the album, if I'm not mistaken. And it gets kind of heavier with some big riffy things happening later in the song. Some nice little soloing from Billy and a really nice vocal from Ian Astbury as well. Probably my favorite song on the album. Then you've got Impermanence. Another pretty cool track, and then Under the Midnight Sun, the title track, kind of finishes it all off, and that also is really good. Again, moody, mysterious, atmospheric. The whole album is like that. This is not a big up-tempo album. It's definitely more mood music, I think, from the Cult, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just... this is not an immediate album. This is not something you play and all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, that melody, that chorus sticking in my head immediately. Oh, listen to those headbanging riffs, It's not that album. Not that album at all. It's a slow grower. Like I said, I've had this now for about 2 weeks. I've been listening to it quite a bit and, kind of waiting for it to kind of lasso me in and say, yeah, I'm totally getting it now. I like it. I'm not loving it yet, though. But like I said, there are some songs on there that are better than others. I think this is going to be a long-term slow grower for me. Anyway, your mileage may differ. But, right now, got to rate this, right? Got to give it a rating. I'm going to give this a 3.5 out of 5, which is very solid. That might improve over time. Right now, I'm liking it. Not really loving it yet. Right? But it is the Cult. Right, so it's some of their albums, especially their latter period albums, they're not all that immediate, and you got to kind of give them some time. It's like I think we got spoiled with albums like Love and Electric and Sonic Temple, even Ceremony. I think I know that was kind of a weird album for some folks back when it first came out in '91, but I think Ceremony is fairly, you listen to it the first couple times, you're like, all right, cool, some memorable songs. So this I think kind of fits in line with some of their latter period stuff, right? They're definitely not going for a big commercial vibe. It's like the production is kind of different as well. So, but it's good. It's enjoyable. It's just not. The songs haven't really latched onto me as of yet, but I think they will. I'm starting to feel it with each listen. So, Black Hill Records looks like it's on, and so that is the album Under the Midnight Sun, 2022's release from the Cult, first one in 6 years. So if you've already checked it out and listened to it, let us know what you think in the comments below. If you haven't heard it yet, go listen, come back, let us know what you think, and there you have it. Under the Midnight Sun from the Cult. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. All together. All the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell. We also have the links below to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations and our merch page if you want to pick up some cool Sea of Tranquility swag. Lots of shirts, hoodies. We got zip-up hoodies now in addition to pullover hoodies. So for those of you who like to wear something to keep you a little warmer in the wintertime and you don't like the whole pullover thing, I'm not a huge fan of the pullover hoodies, but I know some people love those. I'm a zip-up type of guy. Now we do have a whole bunch of zip hoodies, so check those out. And we'll hopefully see. I'm going to try and get one more out to you today, but if not, we'll squeeze it in next week. But we've got Venom Inc. and Stradivarius and Motorpsycho, Zappa Live, Alice Cooper Live, Steve Hackett Live, Van and Ploss Live, Impellitteri, Talus, Tedeschi Trucks Band. I mean, all sorts of stuff. We got new Avatarium, Borealis, Eden Bridge, Big Train Live, Iron Savior, Dragonland. I mean, stacks of stuff here that I want to cover. So, but we'll get to all of them in due time. So thanks for watching, everybody. I am Pete Pardo. See you real soon here on the channel. And till then, have a good one.